Once upon a time, back in my days, lad, I was back in 1970s, before 1970s.
Little grandson, you're back in the heyday where we used to emulate a car program very popular called Top Gear. It had a David Hasselhoff lookalike, but it was Yorkshire, just like Grandad, set without curly hair, and stuff, but we're talking about Yorkshire, Hey by Gum and all that lot, malarkey, right? Anyhow, I went down to this place, right, and left beloved Yorkshire just to film down there. That it was 2024, and the BBC was just discarding these vehicles, and the museum did a expedition with him, and I went down there, as you can gather, and I'm filming down there, all because of another car program what's on YouTube back in the days, called The Best Automatic. And I had to work with two other colleagues as well, but they were alright. They were made out of cardboard as well, except me as well. But don't worry, grandson, it's not that confusing, because I'm great at telling my previous story passes. You get really good educated at this, lad. Like me, talking about a very famous off-road race. It was the Baja 1000, and obviously when I was a little kiddie winky, we learnt this by a very good educational program. It was called The Fall Guy, and he actually was sort of forced into entering this competition because he taught us about being a Hollywood stuntman, that it is not all wall-to-wall employment, so you need to have another part-time job in between. And he was a bounty hunter, I should say, lad. That means he goes around hunting people for money, right? And we can do that on that lovely classic game GTA, but never mind that just yet, the game. But in my days, the Fall Guy was very educational for other things, not because of Heather Thomas at all, because obviously we all know what happened to her in the future when stupid idiots were wanted to emulate Charles Manson or something with with Sharon Tate and that. But no, it's nothing to do with that at all. No, that the Baja was nearly won by Lee Majors in this episode, but some other guy won it instead. But we had all this great adventures and stunts and loads of car action, just for us educational, for Grandad to understand that there is a form of a off-road race in Mexico, right, or Mexico they should say, I think, where that nice lovely man comes from, what plays Machete and all that lot, because that's a nice good family entertainment movie now, I like to watch as well. Really educational is Machete. Anyhow, I should move on what we got on to our antics on The Best Automatic, because there were other subjects we got up to as well. That's right, grandson. When I was on The Best Automatic, I was the greatest driver of them all. Even our not so tame racing driver, the bad one, wasn't really good at driving lorries on the most dangerous road ever on Grand Theft Auto 5 at the time. especially for great big rigs like Grandad driving. As you can see, the epic mayhem as I went through, all through that artificial pixelated snow. It was a terrifying ordeal, but technically it was great fun as well, especially when I beat my other two colleagues, because one of them crashed as well, just like that, not so tame racing driver, but the other guy, Captain Gorgeous, it wasn't even that close. I beat him over a minute and 3 seconds, I think. I dig little grandson. But we moved on to further things on the best automatic, like finding out that, one of the fastest cars in the sport range, I would say, that it was our very first car we actually bought on this account back in the days when it was half a Cobra 11. Yes. So, lovely little grandson. That's their Grandad's glory days on that episode. I haven't just stopped just yet, grandson. There was a lot more we did on the best automatic. We talked about other movies, stuff like that, quite educational things, like that lovely film done by Michael Bay, right? Because he liked explosions and stunts just like Grandad. And it was a lovely movie I'm talking about. Not to be confused with another movie what's got the same name but near enough, but it's about a certain vehicle, as you can tell. Yes, ambulances. The movie Ambulance. Yeah, not to be mistaken for the horror movie. Alright, little grandson. But don't be frightened of ambulances, right? Because they do a very good purpose for us. Now, we all know in bleeding England that people bring ambulances up for very serious stuff, but there is some time wasting idiots and little immature naughty people what ring ambulances and thinking it's funny, or some folk think it's funny ringing ambulances up and attacking ambulance crews. That's not on. If that was, you can't believe what happened back in my days. The silliness what happened, and it's nothing to do with movies like that. I think this is what tries to scare us and all that lot. But that's the point about video games with the Grand Theft Auto, I always say. It was a lot better for having your kids playing it on games and not real life, and it was very good for your dad to be on that game when he was a wee little laddie back in 2013. I mean, he had Grand Theft Auto 4, but obviously in San Andreas and the other ones, he practically nearly grew up with GTA 5, how long it was out for, little grandson. But never mind that, I should talk more about that movie, but I shouldn't really, should I? I think I'll let you go to sleep, cause it's way past your bedtime now. Or Grandad's, I think. Little grandson. So nighty night, lad.